Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live broadcast today. Today, we are going to talk with you about gamification, about the way to gamify your learning habits and to make them a more pleasant and enjoyable experience. So, what is gamification and what are the tools that we can use in order to make our habits stick better and make us more consistent language learners. So, one of the tools is an activity called a challenge. So, a challenge is a kind of a goal that you set, and you identify a certain routine of how you're going to achieve this goal. And then every day you follow the same routine with the aim to get some reward at the end. So, challenges are extremely popular nowadays in different spheres. Some people use challenges to do sports. For example, you can see plank challenges, like every day you have to complete this exercise for 30 seconds, for example, or squats challenges or running challenges. But challenges are also a valuable educational tool. And for example, if you set a language goal, like you want to increase your range of vocabulary, you can also use a challenge and set a goal of learning 10 new words per 30 days, for example, and a regular routine of learning these 10 words in the morning, let's say. And then every day you follow the same routine. And as a result, you get a kind of a reward or a prize for yourself. But challenges are extremely powerful. Yeah, no question here. They're extremely powerful tools. Why are they so powerful? Because the whole idea seems very, very simplistic. Yeah? So there are several reasons for that. When we have big goals, like really big goals, they can be very overwhelming. If we say, okay, I want to learn English or I want to master the English language, that's a huge goal. It can take years and years and years. And when you start thinking about all those years ahead of you, certainly you feel discouraged. When you set a mini goal, a micro goal for the challenge, you understand that this is something manageable and you can actually work with it and work with it better. So, micro goals are supportive in nature and they give you a lot of power in order to go on learning because each time you have a little success, you think, I have got something, I have a little success, I can probably go on. What else is important? Challenges help to build habits. And habits are kind of a life jacket for us because motivation can be a very stormy sea. Sometimes you have huge waves of motivation. Sometimes you are stressed out because you have 100 other things going on in your life and your motivation declines. But if you have a really well established habit, then it's not a problem. Even if you don't have any motivation, you will still keep doing the things you have to do. For example, all of us have a very firmly established habit of brushing our teeth. Sometimes I don't really feel motivated to brush my teeth. Yeah, I would like to get back to bed and continue sleeping. But because I have a very well established habit, there is no fear I will not do it. I will go and brush my teeth. The same happens in the situation of learning a language. So if you are really into the habit of learning, then it's not a problem anymore. Even if you are discouraged, even if your motivation is very low at a certain stage, you will keep doing it. And one more reason why challenges are good. Challenges are usually a social activity. You need some people around you who will follow the same goal, and you will share your successes, your ups and downs, sometimes because it's not only going to be an easy way all the time. And you will get a lot of support from other people. And okay, we have to admit it, People are social animals. We need a group of supporters around us who will make the process easier for us. Learning a language can be quite a solitary activity because sometimes you do choose to go to a language group, but usually you understand that it's difficult to adapt yourself. Sometimes people are much lower in level, sometimes they are much higher, but still you need a community around you. And if you have a challenge together with other people and you have to complete it, following your goals, trying to get to your goals, pursuing them, but together with some other people who may have their own goals is really helpful. So, these are three good reasons to use challenges to gamify your learning experience. But there are certain rules. There are certain rules that you must follow in order to make challenges truly effective. So, rule number one, challenge must be hard for you because this feeling of overcoming a difficulty, overcoming an obstacle will create a feeling of achievement. And we all love achievements because every achievement is a success. But at the same time, challenge must be moderately difficult because if you make it too hard, there is a very big chance you will collapse and you will not be able to complete it. And then it is discouraging. It's like, for example, if you decide that you will learn one word a day, that's not good because there is no sense of achievement in that. Learning one word is very easy, and then you will think that one word a day doesn't make a lot of sense, yeah, and doesn't make a lot of difference in your life. But if you decide to learn 300 words a day, that will be too hard and it will be literally impossible to follow this routine for, let's say, 30 days, for example, or 15 days. You are sure to have some days when you will say, oh, today I'm just exhausted. I can't learn 300 words, even if you work very, very hard. That is why the right level of difficulty is crucial. So, it must be relatively easy, but not too easy. Yeah, relatively hard, but not too hard. Just the right level. Rule number two, there must always be a reward. So at the end of the challenge, when you complete it, give yourself a reward. Even if you create a challenge for yourself, if you are not a part of a group, that's fine. That can be, but try to give yourself a reward. This reward doesn't have to be material. I'm not an advocate of consumerism. I don't mean to say that, okay, each time you learn 10 words, 30 days running, go and buy yourself a new dress. Well, a new dress can be nice for a woman, but this is not the most important thing. But it's important to know that you will have some pleasant experience. Sometimes it can be something that you really love, but you usually do not have time for. I usually paint. I love painting. This is my reward. I love painting, but normally I do not have time for it because I go on business trips quite a lot. I have my teaching project. And I have my family who also need my attention, and it is extremely difficult for me to find some time for painting. So, usually, painting my reward for challenges. Whenever I complete a challenge, either an educational challenge or a physical activity challenge, I find a day in my schedule when I can paint. So it can be something that is not material, but the reward is crucial. If there is no reward, there is no use in completing this challenge. Rule number three, there must be a whole system of bonuses and achievements because waiting for 30 days until you get your reward can be very discouraging in itself. We are all impatient. We have been taught that we must get our results immediately. We are used to, immediate things, immediate messages, immediate responses, immediate reactions. And that is why sometimes it is very difficult for us if we don't see the immediate results. That is why create a whole system of bonuses. For example, if I manage to learn something like 10 words 4 days running, I will have a cup of my favorite tea, or I will go out with with my friends, or I will watch a film which I was planning to watch, but I couldn't find time for that. So there must be a little bonus for 4 days, for 8 days, for 14 days, for half of the challenge, and so on. That's not really so difficult. The only thing is to think about something that can be pleasant but is not necessarily connected with shopping and food, because probably eating chocolates every time you complete, a stage in your challenge is not a good idea. You're going to be overweight by the end of the challenge. But so for some people, it will do as well. And the last one, it's funny, but it works well. If you have certain, well, you think bad qualities that make you fail, try to personalize them and create a bad guy out of those qualities. For example, you often think of yourself as a lazy person, and then you start blaming yourself for not being able to complete the challenge. You start saying, "Oh, I'm so lazy. I feel so lazy today. I don't feel like doing those flashcards today. Oh," and you get into this complaining vicious circle, and you complain and you blame yourself for that, and you feel more and more negative, and you complain again, and finally you give up just because you feel very negative about it. But if you say, for example, that okay, it's not me who is lazy, this is just I don't know, Mr. Laziness. So we will create a villain, yeah? So an evil, bad guy, an evil bad character who attacks us, and then we have to fight. Or for example, I don't know, I have a friend who has a negative character, who is called Tomorrow Man. So this is a character he fights with when he gets into procrastination and starts putting things off. So try not to put the guilt on you. Try not to blame yourself for not being able to do something. Try to personalize this negative quality, create a character out of this quality, and then fight with it. That sounds a bit silly. That sounds like a game for children, but actually, it's a nice psychological trick, because this feeling of guilt that you create in yourself leads nowhere. 100%. It is not helpful at all. But this idea that there is an external obstacle which you should fight with is really helpful, because fighting with yourself is a struggle you can't win. Fighting with external circumstances, external obstacles, sometimes fighting with other people is something that our mind takes easily. That is why use this trick in order to simplify the situation a little bit for you. So, I hope I have persuaded you that challenges are good, and I have given you some tips and tricks on how you can make your challenges more effective. If you are still doubtful about whether you can do it alone or whether you are able to organize a challenge together with your friends, you have a nice opportunity to try with us, because on the 1st of April, we are going to have a challenge in our project when we are going to learn English for 30 days. We will set our goals. I will help you with certain tasks. We will have live broadcasts where I will answer your questions, but we will have a community that will help us to work together. So please try this method. It will be effective. Either you do it like on your own with your friends using the principles we have been talking about today, or you join us and you will enjoy the community that we have created for you. Thank you very much for coming. I hope you have enjoyed today's broadcast. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them. If you would like to have more live broadcasts in English, you're also welcome to send us your suggestions, and I will be happy to follow them. And I hope to see you next week. So now every week we are going to have an English language broadcast. So send the topics. Have a nice day and bye bye.